Hi, MLA Pete Guthrie here. Last week there was messaging from the Premier and his staff that I wanted to highlight for you because it displays the poor behavior and lack of professionalism that is plaguing this administration. Behavior that would not be acceptable or tolerated in any workplace, let alone from a sitting government. Now that it's being brought out into the public eye, it exposes the tactics of bullying and intimidation used by this government. It is this very approach in leadership style that has driven a wedge between caucus and executive, causing opinions to solidify against Jason Kenney. Last week, Brian Rogers, a department chief of staff, put up a meme representing MLAs as a group of clowns. He stated, LOL, was expecting something new here, but turns out it's just the same old crew. This was in reference to a Rick Bell article whereby 10 MLAs, 15% of the original caucus, stated they would not be voting for Premier Kenney in the upcoming leadership review. This tweet has since been removed, but not until it became national news, casting a bright light on the Premier's office. Harrison Fleming, Special Advisor and Deputy Press Secretary to Premier Kenney, also chimed in on the matter. He said, I have a feeling some folks in the media who continually boost the sad set of sour MLAs over and over again will be very surprised when mainstream conservatives have their say. It will be interesting to see the narrative they've tried to build for the last year crumble to pieces. Here he is referring to the leadership review in which the party continually alters parameters to favor the Premier in a manner that has deteriorated trust in the process. But what's notable is that this is a senior member of the Premier's communication staff who feels that this correspondence is appropriate. At the very least, it shows poor judgment. But it doesn't end there. The previous week, Brock Harrison, Executive Director of Communications for the Premier, he tweeted about yours truly, it's difficult to overstate how absolutely insane Guthrie's conspiracy theory is. Total desperation. I think it is safe to say that with this type of media strategy, it is easy to understand why the Premier's office is criticized for ineffective communications and why the Premier himself has developed so many adversaries. When you have so-called high-level staffers who feel that it is appropriate to attack elected officials, it should be no surprise that conflict persists. Personal attacks would not be tolerated in any business environment that I've seen, and it is one of many reasons why people are speaking out. And it shouldn't go unnoticed that some of the strongest voices against this bullying have come from women in our caucus. This browbeating by administration goes unchecked by the Premier because it supports his objective. It's no different than the left. In their mind, it's okay to do things that are unethical or in poor taste if it is a benefit to their cause or a means to their end. The Premier encourages disrespectful treatment through his own actions, leading by example. He has referred to the very UCP members that elected him, he's referred to them as lunatics, bugs, extremists. And last week, he tried gaslighting people into thinking that he was too soft in what was really a veiled threat to outspoken MLAs, stating that more discipline will be required. These are divisive actions and not those of someone with unity in mind. It is this negativity developed through a culture of fear that destroys unity. Rule by fear management styles do not work long term. I'll use hockey coaches as an example. John Tortorella and Mike Keenan are well-known tough guy coaches who are generally not liked by players. They ruled with an iron fist, and it caused animosity, resentment, and hostility, resulting in negative outcomes for their teams and later led to their dismissal. Today, Tortorella is a third-string commentator on TNT, and Keenan is coaching in China. Winning strategies in a workplace environment include recognizing and encouraging the strengths of your coworkers, having a shared vision and good communication, along with the establishment of a strong code of ethics. But most of all, it must be based on a solid foundation of trust and respect. I'll leave you with this. Anger can get people's attention. Positivity holds their attention. Thank you.